Well, it's important to remember, people ask me a lot of times, what's the top reasons? What's the top reasons? And there are strategies that you can change in your behavior. You can look historically and see these changes. But what you need to realize is, because there's a good reason in a complex solution of why we're in fat storage mode, we might take care of one of those and we have to watch out for something else popping up again. So the biggest reason is actually one reason rolled into two. So I think the biggest reason is the structure of a meal, because in the meal is where we get a lot of the benefits of how to eat and help balance our physiology, because we have this normal punctuation. We also socialize, we can observe other people. The meal is very much lost. So when people sit down for a meal right now, they're not really having it in the context that they used to. So how many of these meals do you need to have when everyone's really busy these days? Well, more than none. So we really need to take baby steps to just start to implement some of these things that are very important for it. So you need to actually have a good meal where people have conversation, where there's structure around the meal. Hand in hand with that, because it's the same thing, is the eating between meals. And snacking or eating between meals is clearly very, very responsible for our weight gain, but it goes hand in hand with the lack of a meal. And we're having this very convenience-oriented culture where we're on the run. We think about food all the time, except for when we're actually eating it. No time and very little money is put towards food preparation. But we're very, very preoccupied with it. So even though it isn't taking up most of our day physically, it's actually taking up a lot of our hours mentally. The other easiest sort of thing is a variation of Supersize Me. But no matter how you look at it, it's a trick on how the human brain works, because we're able to see things only in relation to other things. So when you don't have a normal size plate where you can look and see what a normal size portion is, you start getting portion distortion. And the original portion distortion comes with by learning when you're finished. And you're finished when whatever that portion is, or that container that holds the portion, is done. So the first portion distortion a lot of babies ever get is the bottle as opposed to the breast, because the baby's supposed to eat until the bottle is finished. The baby doesn't know this, but the baby will learn this because the mom, even if she doesn't want to, even if she knows better, there's just something in our brain that says, there's just this little bit left, finish off. So we don't really want to measure, and we really want to finish. And the marketers have discovered this. They haven't put it on us. This is human nature. So they just give us bags and parcels and no utensils and no plates. So we've lost complete sight of that. We get a bigger plate, then we need a bigger piece of meat. We get a still bigger piece of meat, we need an even bigger plate. So now we're eating off of platters, and all we get from eating off of a platter is fatter and fatter, because we can't judge it. We can't judge the difference. So we need that normal size plate or bowl that we've used all the time in the past, and you put a normal portion in there. I mean, people forget, you look at a can of vegetables, like a can of green beans or corn. That was for a family of 4. That's servings, that's 4 servings. Now you can put that down in front of a 5-year-old and they could eat the whole can of it if it tastes good to them. So we really don't have these regulators on our appetite outside of our visual system. So the tricks on our visual system would probably be my second choice of what's influenced us to get fatter.